Yo, yo, yo. How we doing today? Boys and girls around the world. We got ourselves a good day. It's a good day. Made the internet mad again about my exposures. It's just fun to throw it out there every once in a while. Congrats to Pat and the Pounders hitting 2K. That means he's got himself a nice little 24-hour stream coming up. I'll be excited for that guy. What else? Jalen Warren gets hurt. It's not like we were betting on him to get hurt. I thought he'd do a good enough job even with Warren there. Him getting hurt, does that get me excited? Yeah, I'm fucking excited. I'm allowed to be excited if something goes right in my direction. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm not happy for him to get hurt. I thought he was just as valuable with Warren there. But, I mean, that kind of injury does linger and has chances of getting re-injured. Now, nobody still likes Najee Harris, so ADP really hasn't changed too much, at least not the drafts that I've been in. His ADP has gone down. It's no longer 90 on DraftKings. It is 88. So it hasn't really moved too much. So I think they should hold him out for half a season, and then they can bring him back for some of the work later on. We're gonna do a DraftKings Millie Maker in about 3 minutes. Ranks versus the lobbies. The ranks are now back up on Patreon for this week. I was putting my son to bed while I did them, so I can't say I was completely focused, but there really not much changed from not much has changed in the last week, and I mean certain things, right? But like nothing too wild. And obviously this will be a nice little gig. I didn't even get to I was trying to get to the 125 and 125 today, so I was like doing drafts like all day while I had a bunch of work at work today. So it was a long day, to say the least. But it was a good day. So it's another day on being on this earth. Get another day of being hugged by my children as soon as I walk in the door. So can't get worse than that. And then I made a bunch of people mad on the internet. You can't do that. That's so dumb. Do you hate money? Oh, you guys are so silly. Not you guys. You guys are smart. The people that make dumb comments on the X. What did they say? Are you Arthur Smith? that would be like. Do you hate money? So much relying on the Steelers and Giants offenses has to be unnerving. Not really. I guess I have nerves of steel. Do you find yourself too biased towards Najee and Singletary just because they won you the Millie? I drafted Tanky Puka last year, but they're studs. I'm hesitant for some reason, but now that they're studs, I'm hesitant for some reason. I don't know. I believe in my takes, man. I don't understand why you'd be hesitant on players that you had, good feelings about. Jumping in about less than a minute. Less than 1 minute. DraftKings Millie Maker. Best ball style, baby. For 5-3-3. I have a feeling this is going to be good. It's going to be a good year. They're at 533,000. There's 3 weeks ago. I don't see them filling 100K a week. So I think what one of us said is, I don't remember if it was Derek or whoever it was, said it's going to be like 200,000 or 700,000. They're pretty close. I think I said 750. All right, we're in the lobby of 1 of 12. Feel free to hop in. feel free to hop in. Patreon is up. DraftKings notifications. What is it? We got some good people out here saying, love to see my exposures. Love to see it. Then this random guy, D, says, don't let Jalen Warren see this. What is he going to do? And then I had some weird guy. I don't know. Sure if he was like trying to. I don't know what exactly he was trying to portray. He put Arthur Smith's entire playbook. And it's run to the left, run up the middle, run to the left, run to the right, run up the middle, run to the left. I'm not 100% sure if he's saying like. I don't really get what he's trying to say. That's part. Is he saying it's basic? Because if it's basic, I mean, he's making a lot of people look really stupid for something basic. Let's see here. It went from 1 to 12 to max. I got the 5 slots. Let's go ahead and which one do we like? We like this one. I did not mean to share my studio. Present, share screen, DraftKings, auto draft, draft board. This is a PSA at this current moment that you need to not do this. This is a trained professional doing this. If you auto draft and have not have pre-edited your ranks, your draft will get thrown out. You will have lost your money, and you will have no chance to win money no matter what happens in that draft. So, Big Barley, let's go. I've edited my rankings. I do not need to make a selection. So if you make a manual selection or edit your rankings, you do not have to worry about losing your draft. But if you do not select a player manually, and if your rankings are not edited, you will lose your money and you will lose your opportunity to win prizes. And you'll have a big fat 0 and 12th place. Tune in at the perfect time. Fire! I know, man. I was sitting at 112. I was like, oh, well, anybody's going to get in. But I didn't see too many people, here. So I was like, oh, I guess this will be a nice quiet night. Good timing. Get that plus EV that I hand out every week. That's what I'm talking about. I do not mind. No, I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm like 2-2 or maybe 2-3. I'm not bad at my team so far. So we got Mr. 211 at the 1 hole, Gavin 28 at the 2 hole, who has a picture of a man and a lady fornicating. Big Brusiah at the 3 hole, Kid Kyle 09. Myself taking Jamar Chase, Connor LA, Fool America, Big Barley, Bowie Boy, Normal Caller, Chad Jones B, Dave Matt 1, 2, 3. And now that we are approaching the 2 10-hour streams, we are not going to be doing too many DraftKings Minute Makers on stream for the next 9 days? Because we got to save some of them for the 2 10-hour days. We'll probably try to save up to 20, so I can do 10 on one day, 10 on the other, and do the last one at 2 o'clock, I guess. 2 o'clock on Thursday. We'll have finished 1 week before the season starts, which is fine with me. What do you got here? Brees Hall. Good pick. What I like about Ranks vs. Lobby is that I don't have to do anything. I know that sounds lazy. It's because it is. I can just go talk about what's happening on the board. Nothing interesting other than Tyreek going at 1. Must be those out tags. Kind of wild. It's not the first time. I saw Lamb go at 7 today. Maybe even later. It might have been 9. It was like... And of course, and in that lobby, I had the 12th pick. I'm like, what are all these times? If I could have had a pick 8 CD Lamb. What up, Blue Light Bandit? What's going on? Oh, I did quite a few drafts today, and I was in a lobby with Justin Herzig today, And then I was also in a lobby with what's that kid's name? Liam Murphy. And, I mean, I like my teams. I tuned in. I didn't tune in to watch the show. I just tuned in to see what he said. Not really surprised that he doesn't like. He didn't like my drafting of Najee. Not really surprised. I mean, to be fair, I don't. He also makes bad picks, so not too worried about that one. I think I have the leg up on the head-to-head matchup between him and I. Let's see here. Was it DraftKings? It was a DraftKings team. See if I can find that team that him and I did together. Best ball. We all make bad picks, right? Or we all don't like each other's picks. It's not. We're not supposed to. He just thinks I'm like a lot of people wasting money, but I disagree. Just because I'm not your cup of tea does not make it wrong. Let's see, was it this one? Not that one. Nico Collins, let's go. Okay, so you get the falling Puka to go with your Brees Hall. That's nice too. Bad picks can turn into winners. Exactly. What Gucci? Gucci gang. That's the first thing that came to my head. Oh, just going over some teams I drafted today. Let's see here. It might have been this one. Yeah, Liam Murphy. I mean, let's see here. Let's see what he drafted. Alpha Nico. I know, right? Alpha Nico at 2-8. We'll take it. I mean, I think I have him ranked at 14, so we'll take it there. Yeah, I'm good with that. Drafting Jordan Mason, maybe not the best pick. Maybe he is. Who knows? We don't know. We just don't know. My first Hall Puka team. That's the first time I've seen it. That's a good team, man. That's a good start. It's because that guy went Barkley Taylor. And then that other guy went Evans Pacheco. Like, what is going on here? I'm pretty sure I still would have got Nico, but Cup would have been very close. I'm hoping that I get Malik Neighbors, but I'm not going to be surprised if I don't. Pittman goes? Oh, this is a wild room. This is a wild room, y'all. So he pretty much didn't like my team, and I'll read about after I read this. Get this. A Malik Neighbors pick. Oh, that's so nice. How do you feel about the? I mean, I kind of went over it at the very beginning, but I feel good. Like I'm not what I was hoping for. Obviously, I still wish that he was still like alive, or not alive, but like still healthy, because I do have a lot of Warren teams. Like I'm still double the field with my Warren shares. So I'm like, it's not like I'm against Warren. I like Warren as well. A-Chain, Ops. I know. So the team I drafted against Liam is a Kyler Murray, Kyron Williams, Najee Harris, Jamar Chase, Devontae Adams, Amari Cooper, Trey McBride, Chase Brown, Ladd McConkey, T-Law, Gabe Davis, Justin Herbert, Jalen Polk, Jahan Dotson, Hunter Henry, Jermaine Burton, Jalen McMillions, A.J. Dillon, Brennan Rice, Eric Gray. I feel like it really opens the ceiling teams for you. Yes, I agree. Yeah, I feel like it not only opens the ceilings, but it opens my advance rates to get into the playoffs better. And so then I'll have a bunch of those teams advancing with different combinations of different players, which is my whole thought process of wanting it. It's like I want to get into the playoffs with as many teams as I can. And then in the playoffs, having different combinations with my core, that is what I want. The start is fire. Yeah, dude, I'm not complaining. Hands off the keyboard, boys. Hands off the keyboard. This is all skill. Takes 0 hands. This lobby is interesting. I haven't seen an interesting lobby. Oh, what's funny? I probably would have got neighbors. Not neighbors. Rasheed Rice. I moved him. If you guys get the rankings, I do have Rice markedly improved up. We haven't had any shares of Rice. If you were had my rankings before, I was scared of the legal stuff, but I mean, I've capitulated. I realized that I was wrong there. Yeah, the core draft plays, I think it's what that I 100% believe won me the first million, because I wouldn't have had the amount of combinations with Chris Godwin and Cooper Kupp and Jamar Chase. I wouldn't have had that, like, the combinations of players. Like, I don't know how many times I drafted Amon-Ra St. Brown. I did get some Amon-Ra St. Brown, but I don't know if I would have had it had I been diversifying elsewhere. And he came up really big in the playoffs, right? So it's like I nailed the first two, like 2 out of the my 5 picks, right at the rip. And then Amon-Ra just happened to be on one of those teams. But if I hadn't stuck to that core, how many times would I have been able to get that with Amon-Ra St. Brown that year? It was pretty, you know what I'm saying? Like, it did, that combination probably didn't happen all the time because it was a reach on the Chris Godwin, Cooper Kupp, that scenario. I've been telling you he's him. I've been telling you. It's used to DFS on every slate. Why not best ball? If you hit midway. And again, I credit this strategy and my main thinking from Rinpack, Ryan Panic. I could be wrong on his last name. I'll probably find him on the X real quick. Ryan, I don't want to clip his name. Rinpack on the X, RYNPAK. Like, I saw, like, because they used to go over like the lineups on the DFS slants every Monday, and I credit to that strategy, like, all to them, because I was like, I never thought about doing something like that with just like 100% of a player. And then I was like, well, why not? If you have leverage, or if you get leverage on the field, like, you're leveraging all the Warren drafters, right? In this season. If something happens to Warren, it's only going to double, like, his outcome, like, only in a good way. I don't know. And we're gambling here. We're not playing patty cake with everybody. You're trying to win $1.5 million. And on DraftKings, you can win another $1 million for coming in second place. I'm pretty sure the second place winner last time would have loved to have had $1 million for coming in second. Okay. What you got, Big Marley? What you got? Brees Hall, Puka, DJ Moore, Diggs. Nice. Yeah, and I've won nothing the last 2 years. No, that's a lie. That's a lie. But so I won it 3 years ago. The year after that, I lost 10K, but I have a feeling that was due to the death and revival of one. What's his name? I don't remember his name anymore. Damar Hamlin. Damar Hamlin. I 100% stacked on all of my teams the Bengals-Bills game, and I had 6 finals teams, all of which that were relying heavily on that last game, and that guy died, so, like, they canceled the game, which is completely understandable, but really sucks. And so I definitely got hurt by that, but a 10K loss after, whatever. I haven't had worse, but I could have had worse, I guess. And then last year. Last year. I was about to break even. I was a little bit down, but then I ended up taking down the Battle Royale that same weekend, so I was up. Blake is on at 7. My favorite Week 17 game this year is the Cardinals and the Rams. They are making Marvin Harrison Jr. look like he is untouchable, unguardable, the next like god, right? I don't believe that he's that good, and even if he was that good, Cooper Kupp is better. And if they can't keep up with Puka or with Marvin Harrison, they're not going to be able to keep up with both Cooper Kupp and Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua. So I'm like, okay, so we're going to draft as much Cooper Kupp as we can because we're kind of playing the field in the first round. And I think the Rams linebacking crew is like not the best. I don't think they're bad. I don't think they're like top tier. And they're going to have a little extra time to throw in that game, which is going to lead to Trey McBride shares just eaten up. I think they'd rather lose to Trey McBride than lose to Marvin Harrison. That's my thought processes. Okay, getting that nice little stack. Blake isn't at 7. I don't think so. Is it? I don't think so. Blake, is that you at 7? Dennis, hello. I didn't say hello to you earlier. Oh man. George Pickens. Well, a good target share, low volume, high upside type player. You know, can have some spike weeks. We got this nice little Pittsburgh stack, which is nice. Gonna bring back. I doubt it. So I don't think I'm gonna get Hollywood. Pacheco went early. The guy at the one hole, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, has drafted quite a few Chiefs players. Yeah, and Pacheco, Travis Kelce, Mahomes, Xavier Worthy, Mixon, and Evans. That's a start. Where did Michael Pittman? He went at that hole. Yeah. Chris Godwin's good pick. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh, got notification. Megan Shelp liked your post. I had said sub to Pat from the Pounders. He just hit 2K, so you don't have to. I mean, you can do it still, but I was just trying to make sure he got to 2K tonight. Good friend of mine. Nice guy. Always like talking to him. I have a feeling that Steven Urbanic is not subbed to my YouTube channel. He loves telling me whenever he's doing a best ball draft. It's like I'm ready in one man. Tune in a little late. I meant to say 18. That's Big Barley. Kyle Marley in the chat, Dennis. Ooh, it's got a nice little Chicago stack. George Kittle. I don't have a lot of George Kittle. That's interesting. We'll take it. I do like having elite tight end. So that's not bad. That is not bad at all. All right, now do we get Najee or do we not get Najee? What's Kittle's usually ADP? Is that usually late for Kittle? Or is that normal Kittle? I have no idea. Deontay. Okay, good pick. Najee Harris time. 7th round, as it's known here at Best Ball Nation. It is Najee's round, baby. Some guy kind of nailed my my projections for Najee today. I had him for I had a little over 1,400 yards rushing and somewhere around 300 yards receiving and about 16 total touchdowns is what I had projected, mentally. And some guy about nailed it on the dot. I was like, Jesus. think that'd be a great season for Naj. Oh boy, does he get taken? Does his rise happen now, or is he still in the 80s, or is it? Is it? How fast is he going up? How fast is this rise? It's definitely my next player on the clock, 100%. Like I already know it, but does he get to here? That's the real question. Honestly, he's been on some of the drafts I did today. He was available as my next available player in the 6th. Najee Harris, let's go. Najee Harris time, baby. It's always a little nerve wracking though. I'm like, did I put somebody that's not supposed to be in there like, around that pick? Financial engineer. I guess I should tweet out my YouTube video. I'm not the greatest at promoting myself. Pretty clearly, I am not great at it. Ooh, we got 5 likes. Let's go. Hit the X. I'm going to go ahead and plug everything that I currently do. So I have a Patreon. It's $5. We're running the tournament. If we get another person, you can have a shot at winning $200. We just need one. We have reached, was it 5 people in the Yahoo League? We need one more person to make it. I can make it official kind of thing, and one of those 5 other people will be able to win $200 at the end of the year from me, out of my pocket. And yeah, and that's not all you get with the Patreon. You also get exclusive interviews with people I've done with, like Big Marley here drafting out of the 7 hole, or was the out of the 8 hole, and he I did interviews with him, all sorts of people. The guy that won the regular season pot 2 years ago, King Cap, that was a fun interview. I've done interviews with Pat the Pounders. I've done interviews with Megan Shout. Just about anybody that will come on, I have done interviews with them, and they're usually always good interviews. I highly suggest checking them out. It's $5 is worth getting to know some of your favorite content creators in the fantasy space. I haven't had like too many people. I had Pat Crane on, but I think we're approaching like 20 people now. So there's a good amount of people, a good amount of content. The earlier episodes definitely went longer. I honestly don't know I don't know what's appropriate to have somebody on for extra. Like I can legit, if I make the time, if I set time aside, I can talk all day with people. So I need to, so the first few episodes, I was just like, oh, my wife's out of town, so I can talk all day. I just assumed that they could. Davis Payne, the guy who made one of my intros, is one of the people I interviewed, and that was a lot of fun. Look, I just suggest you guys check it out. It's $5. It's and you can get a chance to win $200. And what else? Oh yeah, and I offer my rankings, which if you guys want to download the rankings and then draft against me every Monday. Well, one more Monday, I think, because I'll be done after this. After the next Monday, I don't think I won't have any more Millie Makers to do, but we can, who knows what they are. 40 to 45%. Jesus. That's a good amount. That is a good amount, Blake. Yeah. What did I get? We'll take some JMO. We'll take it. I was hoping for another solid running back, but they've kind of all gone off the board. What else? And then if you guys have subscribed to this YouTube channel, we're at 375. We've been stuck in the 370s range for a hot minute. I appreciate all 370 people that are subscribed, but I want to get to 400 eventually this year. I don't know if that's asking for too much, but I'm approaching as many videos as I've done as almost as many subscribers as that I have. So that means one video per every subscriber almost. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? And yeah, I'm live Monday through Thursday currently. During the actual NFL season, I'm going to be partially here, and then I'm going to do some betting content and DFS content 1 or 2 times a week over at the Fantasy Football Plus network. Yeah, dude. Oh, this is well, definitely as of August and late July, the double count viewers, dude, 12 to 11. That's awesome. I appreciate everybody being here. Yeah, dude. No, 100%. I'm making Dak Prescott. I have him like, I guess this is 15 picks past ADP, but I have him 15 picks past ADP. Man, that's tough. Man, who drafted CD and didn't take him? Who drafted DeAndre? Didn't he draft? Hold up. Wait a minute. Let's see what happened here. CD Lamb drafted right before me took DeAndre Hopkins instead of taking Dak Prescott 15 picks past his ADP. What in the world, man? You're killing me, Smalls. Oh, man. Yeah, no, I appreciate all the viewership. I appreciate everybody being here. Definitely makes when the chat is going, I will say this. If the chat's like chit-chatting back and forth with me, it makes the whole stream so much easier. I can understand why like people are easy to, once people get a following and have people communicating in there, I can see why like it kind of just keeps building. It's because people are like able to just chit chat back and forth with the chat instead of having to come up with stuff off the top of their head. Yeah, because I watch streamers like, man, how's the chat just keep going? But so it's a big snowball, It's like it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So that's awesome. And I owe a lot of it to Eric Bryan for having me on his channel a couple years back, and I think that was a big growth of mine was having me be on his channel. So I will ever be in debt to Mr. Eric Bryan for it's Spike Week, which they have some pretty cool tools over there. If you guys, I used them the first year they had them, and I'm sure they've improved it. But I kind of keep track of my own shit. I kind of know exactly what I've drafted. I go through my teams every day. I don't really I literally every morning I'll like scroll through like my teams and tap and like look at every one of them because I'm weird. And so Gabe Davis, come on, man. How was it? You took Brandon Cooks. Like, what am I supposed to take over here? I can't auto draft. I'm not going to get anybody. It's going to be a naked Dak Prescott. I was thinking of something. Yeah. I used this tools the first year. Some of it didn't work for Google, so then I was like, I kind of like lost interest in using them. So, Michael, a long time no see. How bad is it that I had 3 shares of MHJ right now? All accidental auto drafts. I'm probably 250 drafts in. I have purposely drafted MHJ probably 3 times myself. I'm only at 500 drafts though total. I just think his price is just a little too much. I'm a Neighbors guy through and through. Who else? Hey, Michael, don't forget to sign up for the league. I'm closing it on Thursday. The draft is on the 2nd, I believe, or it might be the 1st. Whatever the Monday is of that holiday. I can't think of it right now. Labor Day. Let's see here. I don't see T-Law off the board yet. I have a feeling we're going to get a quarterback here again. Palmer's gone. Dowdle. I'm huge on Neighbors. Yep, T-Law. Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy's still there? So normally on DraftKings, it is QB hungry. Based on my current selections that I'm getting, it is not as quarterback hungry as it usually is. So what Big Marley's doing over here at the 8. He's gotten Brees Hall, Puka Nacua, DJ Moore, Stephon Diggs, CJ Stroud, Keenan Allen, Keon Coleman, and he got this full stack with Caleb. You got Javonte, Joshua Palmer. I like Javonte. I think I've been kind of scared to draft him because they had so many running backs, and I don't want him to get cut and then not go to a team. I was playing a little scared there, but I think if he is there, he's going to get the good work and he's gonna provide good numbers. Jones scares the life out of me, though. He's just Justin Fields with less splash. Yeah, I can agree and see that. But like if he gets into a groove, he's one of these quarterbacks that gets on fire and will test his fireness. You know what I'm saying? Like he'll put it out there and test his arm. Doesn't have a great arm, but I don't think you need a great arm. And honestly, he's got a little Jameis Winston in him, and that ain't the worst. Dalton Schultz. Interesting. I mean, I knew that was going to be there, but interesting that ended up on my squad. So that is my last tight end that will be drafted on this squad. I forgot who my first tight end was. George Kittle. So it would be a George Kittle, Dalton Schultz squad, 9 and 14. Well, my quarterbacks don't have same bye issues. That's good. I only have one running back. Wide receivers have a 12, 14, 11, 14, 9, 5. So that's pretty good also. Oh, look at that. I didn't even think about it, but we got ourselves a Purdy George Kittle stack. Auto draft for the win. We like to see it. Here's hoping. Yep. One notification. 90% Harris is bold. Thanks, man. I'll hit that like for it. Millie Maker season. You missed 100% of the Millie Makers you do not enter. Wayne Gretzky, DFS. Hashtag Seahawks. I bet 1,500 total. I don't have a gambling. That's interesting. That is interesting. JMO on the bringback. Oh, yeah. The Detroit San Francisco bringback. Let's do it. Let's go. I didn't even think about that. I had an interesting thought the other day. With how elevated the wide receiver prices are combined with the depth at the position, the wide receivers are actually pretty flat outside the top 5 guys. I agree. I'm a big proponent of if you don't get a top 5 pick or a top 6 pick, I guess. Outside the CD Lamb the Lamb, Chase, Jefferson, Amon-Ra, and I don't know who I'm forgetting, but that other person. Outside that, I don't mind going hero RB or even dual RB because it's really not that bad. That's why I'm like, okay, so if I get a running back early and then I pair it up with Najee, I'm securing 40 touches for a team. And then I have still good wide receivers. I got Chase here, obviously, but I don't mind getting Kyron Williams in the second or third or Devin A-Chain and then getting a wide receiver and feeling wide receiver to round 6, getting Najee in round 7. And then all of a sudden I have this huge combo of really good wide receivers and 2 stud running backs. I'm not mad at it. You also got the Baltimore Houston stack. What? Who did I get from? Oh, it's right. I got to say Flowers and Dalton Schultz. This is just pairing up. Well, I'm definitely not going to have. I don't have Darnell Mooney anywhere near ADP. He is so far not going to get drafted by me. Well, I have a guy there that I'm actually kind of nervous about. But did I get anything paired up with it? It's gonna be a hot. Now I get a week 1 Pittsburgh versus Atlanta matchup. I've been on my. Oh, I didn't realize I had a super stack here. Yeah. I've been diving into DFS lineups week 1, and I'm already thinking about do I 100% Gabe Davis and Najee Harris? Gabe Davis is 4,500, and Najee's 5,600. It's like, I mean, obviously Gabe has the potential for a fat zero, right? But like, you're right. It could be an Algier stack. It could easily be an Algier stack. We definitely need running backs. We're done at quarterback. We're done at tight end. We only have 4 more wide receivers to get, so it's gonna be a lot of running backs here and there. Justin Herbert going. I'm surprised I have Justin Herbert behind Kirk Cousins. I'm gonna have to revisit my ADP. I don't think that should be right. Zach Charbonnet is my RB2. Not great, Bob. Not great. but no, there's not. There's no coping for that one. But you never know what else we get here. So I think Charbonnet will have a role. I just don't know what his role is there yet. Oh, man. Yeah, I think I have like Charbonnet as a 12th rounder, I think. So that makes sense. But to me, that means an RB heavy start with two top 5 RBs is going to be the winning recipe. The spam a whole bunch of projectile running volume at wide receiver. Yeah. Always one Woodry away from heavy touches for Sharps. Yeah, I agree. Well, that's why I have him. I have him ranked a little bit before ADP because I think, so I'm like, in my head, I played a scenario that, Sharps was a running back for Michigan while Mike McDonald, the head coach there, was a defensive coordinator. And maybe he will, has a good connection with him and will use him more than, normal. I don't know. Where you at with Vidal Mania? Okay, so I heard Pat talk about this, and that's where I got not where I got the idea, but like where I'm using his strat. I was like, I had 20% at one point, and so I might have like, well, if I just don't take him anymore, let's just hope like one of those teams that I did draft him on is the winning lineup. He's out of my player pool practically. He's at the very end. I don't know if I'm so confused by these player reports and like the playing time. I don't know whether he's going to be on the team or not on the team. So at this point, I'm just going to be off of him. But I'm not I wouldn't be surprised by week 5. He's like the hot ticket that everybody's like spending all their fab on. But at this current moment, I think I'm out. Just because I don't know which way it can go. And not that I don't really care for drafting zeros. Like I'll be okay with it. But at this point, like there's enough projectable volume everywhere that you could predict that you don't have to take such a high risk with him. Oh, I was like, maybe we are going to get Tyler Algier. Will not be the case. Chase was on the case. Wouldn't be surprised if we get Jermaine Burton on this squad. I really need to move up Joe Burrow's ADP like 7 or so. Something because I never get them with these builds I've been doing. Michael Wilson. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I don't think I had Jaleel McLaughlin. Probably would have been a good pick. Oh, shit. I don't think I moved Carson Steele back. This might be another Carson Steele draft. I kind of like Carson Steele, but I don't think he's like going to take Pacheco's job by any means. But you never know if Pacheco gets hurt and they want a power back. He can do it. John Warner liked my exposures. Thank you. Who else is here? Financial engineer, Sean John, and Amanda Yankoff. It's honestly just a gut feeling for me, but I think he's the guy they want. Dobbins and Gus were cheap, and they know the system. But unless Dobbins and Doctor is a magician, Vidal should be the best back. That's how I felt early on. But then all this talk about Isaiah Spiller and the other guy, it's like, do they like the other guy? Like, if he did recruit Isaiah Spiller, I could kind of see it. He played against J.K. Dobbins, so I could kind of see it. Wilson is a good pick. I'm at 30. I know you are, Dennis. I read your exposures. I don't know if you made it to the chat in time that day, but I was reading your exposures off that you had sent me. Hallbar has never been known to be a straight shooter when communicating with the media. Yeah, I agree. I can agree with that statement. Quentin Johnson, I like it. He made this incredible catch. I don't know if it was counted. I don't know if he landed out of bounds or not, but he went up and got it with his hands, and that's his biggest flaw, apparently. Brad Smith, Mr. Bando, yo, was too late to join. That's okay, man. You got one more next week for the ranks versus the lobby. We'll probably do one on Thursday, and then obviously next week we will be doing 10 hours. And then another 10 hours the next day from 5 a.m. to 3 p.m. Now, you may ask, Felix, what the fuck are you doing it at 5 a.m.? Well, I have kids. And so I'm going to do it before they wake up, and then I'll be doing it pretty much until he's back from school. And then I'll take off for the rest of the day, and then I'll be back the next morning, and we'll be back at it for another 10 hours. Since we didn't hit 500 subscribers or 400, whatever we said we were. 370, we didn't move. It's okay. You do any high dollar entry DK tourneys? Nah, not this year. I did 7 last year. I got skunked. So I'm like, I don't want to win. I don't, unless I'm going to max it. I don't really like to do tournaments all that much. I know it's silly because obviously, it just takes one lineup at certain times. But if we win, I know I shouldn't be this confident, or even think that I'm ever going to win another tournament again, probably. But if we were to win again, the Millie Maker, or maybe the thing is if I win one, I'm mentally I'm expecting to win the other one. So so if I win $3 million, yeah, I'll max the 555 out next year. But yeah, this year we're passing on it. Well, it was always too hard to fill, too. It's I had to do it at noon. Well, there's only one day at noon I can do it, and then it's even then, it's I have my daughter usually with me on Fridays. There's really no good time to do it. And slows, I get my ass kicked in slows. I didn't want to waste any more time on those. So, not for me. I like Marshawn Lloyd. I like Ray Davis. I think I would have gotten Ray Davis here instead of Quentin Johnson, but Marshawn Lloyd, I mean, yeah, he wasn't getting the high praise, but I think, he'd easily just take over that backfield from Josh Jacobs halfway through the season. I do have a couple shares of Josh Jacobs, so I'm not completely out on him, but I'm not in on him blowing away the coach. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's healthy and he's back to his ways, but I think Marshawn Lloyd can make an impact with his explosive plays, which I think is the most closely related to Aaron Jones that they had. I think Josh Jacobs can do everything, right? But I think if we're trying to put apples to apples, Marshawn Lloyd would be in the same apple case as he'd be red apple with red apple Aaron Jones. That red and green apple would be Josh Jacobs, and then the green apple would be A.J. Dillon. So he's a little bit of both, but we'll take a red apple and hope that if something happens to Josh Jacobs that they use him specifically for the red apple role. I don't know if I'm hungry. Have you been drafting Rico Dowdle? No, I am staying completely away from that Cowboys run game. I think I think that's a trap. I think there's going to be somebody that comes in late, whether it be a Leonard Fournette, something stupid, a Khalil Herbert cut, something along those lines where somebody gets cut, and I feel like that room has not solidified yet. It's Jordan Whittington in the 17th round. This guy over here on my left is definitely, or two to the left, definitely has his own ideas. Luke McCaffrey, let's go. I keep moving him back, but it keeps like being before ADP. Just started my third in the $100 three max. I've done each of those as slows. Miles Sanders cut. Did that happen, or are you projecting that? Because I have not been paying attention that much to Miles Sanders. That does seem like a pick they would take, though. Chuba had interesting injury is interesting. Granted, it's hard to tell. Ooh, he got fucked up. I didn't watch the actual hit. I have no idea. Projecting. Yeah, like a Miles Sanders cut. That would be somebody I could totally see them being interested in. Want to take another high dollar shot? Thinking of a $250 increase. You want to take another high dollar shot? Thinking 250 single entry, but might take a shot on the taking. But might take on the 555. Yeah. Hey, dude, if you got the funds, fuck yeah. The 555s are soft. I just sucked last year. I just sucked. And there's some reason I wasn't nervous. I just fucked up my drafts every time so one of my teams, like, even though he didn't end up bad, but like I had zero Alvin Kamara, and I had Alvin Kamara on that team. Like I don't know. I feel like I messed up all my drafts last year. Even the one where I had Dark Sheep on, it's like we nailed like his thoughts. Like he was completely right. We still lost. I had different builds too. Like all of them were not the same. Like I tried to diversify there, and that was not the right move. Just should have stuck to my guns. To be fair, I would have been wrong if it would have stuck to my guns. I was wrong last year. I sucked last year. I'm not going to try to spin it like other people do. Like people that took a shot at me today on their YouTube channel. Sometimes we suck. Yeah, I 100% agree. Brendan Rice is greater than Quentin Johnson, but I do think that Quentin Johnson is part of that team. I don't think he's going to get replaced like that quickly. So maybe he has early, unless he gets hurt, I could kind of see him having a role with that team. I think I am at like 12 to 15% Brendan Rice, something like that. View the old player exposures. Let's see here. Game sets, best ball, all, best ball. Hit wide receivers. I'm at 18% Brendan Rice. So I 100% agree with you guys. I also like, if I don't get, there was times when Quentin Johnson was going right after I drafted Justin Herbert, and I was like, well, I guess I won't get anybody. But then I was like really thinking about, like, well, if the Chargers are going to be like anything that I want them to be, maybe they're like picking it up late. Maybe it's because they injected some good talent like Brendan Rice, and then, like my brain got to think, I was like, well, Brendan Rice is actually not a bad project, to play. He's obviously got a great coach in his own dad, and then he's going to have, he's going to have all these connections, and then late season is what we're playing for. So I've been drafting a bunch of Rice for sure. I think my last round pick has to be a running back, though, so let's double check. Discount. Double check. So my last pick will be a running back. Is Will Shipley gone? It could easily be Will Shipley unless he goes on. Oh, no. Will Shipley went off 17-11. I don't know who it's going to be. It'll probably be some loser, but that's okay. Losers can be winners too sometimes. Go ahead and start reading off nobody's team. Anyway, let's double check. We started nobody did anything crazy. 3673, 3583, 2692, 3682, 23410, 3772, 2782, 2683, 3583, 3672, 3682, 3663, 3663. Everybody out here building well balanced teams, and I got my my silly ass building a 3510-2 build. But I got Najee Harris with running. We'll go ahead and read the quarterback room. At the quarterback position, we have Dak Prescott, naked, Brock Purdy, and Kirk Cousins. So I feel pretty safe as my QB floor should be at least every week could be QB 10 or better every week. At wide receivers, we have Jamar Chase, Nico Collins, Malik Neighbors, Zay Flowers, George Pickens, J-Mo, Michael Wilson, Quentin Johnston, Luke McCaffrey, and Jalen Hyatt. I think we had the best wide receiver room. Probably had the best wide receiver room. Probably. At the tight end, we have George Kittle, and we have Dalton Schultz. It's a decent quarterback room. I think Schultz will have a solid floor of like 5, with sometimes up to the 14. And then George Kittle could either have 0 or 35. Not a lot in between. So that gives us a nice floor and upside case there. And then running backs, we have Najee Harris, Zach Charbonnet, Marshawn Lloyd, Kendre Miller, and last but not least, I don't know who's available. It can't be good. It's gonna be Carson Steele. Carson Steele as my bring back to the Pittsburgh Chiefs game. I called it way early into that too. And our good buddy at the hole, Mr. Kyle Marley, Big Marley, 3. He went Breece Hall, Puka Nacua, DJ Moore, Stephon Diggs, CJ Stroud, Keenan Allen, Keon Coleman, Caleb Williams, Devontae Williams, Joshua Palmer, Jonathan Brooks, Dontavian Wicks, A.D. Mitchell, which I have been high on lately, Isaiah Likely, Khalil Herbert, Noah Fant, Jonnu Smith, Elijah Mitchell, Eric Gray, and Cam, the man, Akers. That's a fun team. I like a lot of Gray recently because of that game the other day. What else? That's a good team. You got a nice little Houston onslaught. You got the bring back with Isaiah Likely. You got every piece that you need from Chicago. Yeah. Jonnu Smith is a boomer bust tight end who could easily be, what you needed week 17. You never know, like what you needed in week 17. Jonnu Smith could easily be that guy that I don't have enough of. Yeah, it's a fun team. I'll stay, Bob, for 400. That is a fun team for sure. I need more Coleman. I don't have enough Coleman. It's a good team. I think our teams rival one another. I think on a weekly ceiling, I think your team has a better weekly ceiling. But I think on a week-to-week basis, I think we're on par with one another. Yeah, that's what I want to go with. We are on par with one another on a weekly basis. I'll give you the running back room. I'll take the quarterback. Well, the quarterback's pretty good. My wide receiver room is just a smidge better with Jamar Chase over your Puka. and I feel like they kind of I feel like the first round does give a slight edge. Your tight end room, I'll take my tight end room. I'll take your running back room and your quarterback room. And then one of us has got the win there. I've been drafting some Bendon Rice. Yes. Kyle Marley says, was fun. Good luck, man. Good luck. Well, that is all we're going to do today. I don't think we came anywhere close to 20 likes. So we're going to go ahead. Let's double check. I'm going to double check. Make sure I'm not misspeaking. 9 likes. We didn't get to 20. No big deal. We will be back tomorrow with Small Dollar Tuesday. I believe there are still $3 drafts to do. If not, I think there's some $5 drafts. We're going to do a smaller draft for those who have a little bit of a smaller bankroll because we try to be inclusive with everybody. So we'll be back tomorrow. And, yeah, it's been fun. It's been real. It's been real fun. There we go.